Okay, thank you. Okay, I would like to talk about the importance of scanning with color for industrial applications. But in the meantime, I would like to thank European Machine Vision Association and especially Gabriel Jansa for inviting us to this session. And for those of you who are not familiar with our company, SMARTECH is a Polish producer of contactless 3D optical scanners since over 20 years. And we focus on high resolution, that means 20 megapixels, metrologically verified structural light. There has been talked about verification, so our scanners are verified according to guidelines of VDI, VDE 2634 part 3. That's a common standard among scanners, and also according to ISO 10360.8. Since very beginning of the company, we have been scanning with texture. That means that our raw cloud of point consists of not only geometrical values of X, Y, Z, but also of color. That means in each point we have three elements RGB also. It's crucial to say when we talk about color in 3D scanning that about the projection mapping technology that our scanner features. That means that you are able not only to scan in color, but later to project, for example, the deviation map directly onto your scanning object for better visualization, for better communication with your partners, with your workers. Since over 6 years now, we have gone worldwide. We have distribution net in over 50 countries. And as time is short, I will not talk about our clients, but among them you will find NASA, US Army, GE, Boeing, and right now many big clients from Asia. We constantly, of course, develop our products. And right now we are on the stage of looking for a scale-up partner. So that's to venture capital may be watching this presentation. Okay, coming to the color 3D scanning applications. From the very beginning, we heard that data about color is non-important in industry. It was crucial for museology, for archaeology, which is our second leg, and second branch where we sell a lot of devices. But industry got used to scanning with lower resolution and without color. I'm happy to say that it changed in the recent years a lot, and we see a lot of demand from industrial clients asking about scanning with color and why do they use it and why do they need it for. They use it for complex quality control because not everything can be seen even on the precise and very dense model, just geometrical model. They use it for virtual warehouse and documentation. And of course, we have to remember that 3D printing is very popular, and we can now easily, in many technologies, print with color. So the input 3D model, color 3D model is also crucial. I want to show you three, due to the time, I want to show you three examples, cases where the color scanners have been enrolled in the industry. And the first is food industry. Here we had a scanner for automated product rating directly on the production line. Why they needed color, why they use it for, is to measure the surface of fat, and through this data rate the certain piece of meat entering A production line. So that all has been done in our software. Of course, our scanners also work with different other softwares like Polyworks, like Geomagic, and so on. But basic functions can be done directly in the scanning software. The second case study is scanner sold to Yeezy Adidas. And they have been using color scan for detailed digital documentation for creating their virtual warehouse, not to cut on costs of real physical warehouses. And it was used as a database for design and development team for the future, as well as for marketing activities. I think it's important to say that with nowadays enrolling and developing visualization techniques, many clients tend to doubt in such models, creating with a texture added on. It's almost as good. Sometimes it's much nicer than a real texture. And that's why the real data, point-to-point texture data and color is crucial for them. As the meeting is very industry and very technical, some may think, well, those case studies were not so technical as they should be. So I thought we will use the best technical model that is appreciated with all engineers, and that means turbine blades. Here you will see on a short movie a complex quality control process where the shape was not enough to detect the defects that have been analyzed.
Screen.
Yeah. Here you have the turbine blades with visible signs of gas influence. And here you have the model done with our scanner. It's a 30 million point model, a mesh exactly. And on the field, you see no defect whatsoever. When we will add the information that we are talking about, we'll add the color. You can easily see the crack, surface crack, which was even not felt under your fingertip, which is typical control process in the turbine. So the information has been lost. What can we do with the color? By filtering the cloud of point by color of points, we can clearly, as it's being done now on the movie, we can clearly see the places where the gas has influenced the turbine. And by inverting the selection, we can easily, even in our software, calculate the surface area and mark it for further observation or enlargements. So you can see just the points, dark points are visible. So again, looking at the geometrical model, no crack visible, and putting the texture, just adding the texture, you can see fully developed crack. So I think that shows us how many information we are losing when not using color in the 3D scanning. The same has been used here in this case study. That's a case study of GE. The aim of the project was to obtain 3D model of whole turbine with categorized map defects. And here the hardware customization both and the software customization has been made by our team. That's a double density 3D scanner, 36 megapixels, and robotic arm, because our scanners can be enrolled with any robotic arm for automated defect detection. So I know the time is running out. We believed from the very beginning that the world is colorful, and that omitting the information of the color in metrology is wrong. It makes our world better. So if you want to know more about color scanning, scanning with color, or about our products, you see my email and the contact information. So feel free to ask.